Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Jumu'ah Mubarak. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us, inshallah, all the khair and barakah and success. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Our pre-Jumu'ah talk, inshallah, the history of Palestine. We are not going to understand the conflict and the story of Palestine unless we study about Palestine. Inshallah, we'll go through this presentation. Ya Rab. What it comes to your mind when you hear the word Palestine? Yes, the word Palestine. What it comes to your mind when you hear the word Palestine? Yes. Going back to that in time, from 1917, the Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration is the British colony. They gave the land. They promised to the Jews to establish the state for the Jews in Palestine. In 1918 is the collapse of the Ottomans. Then in 1947 is the end of the Holocaust. Then in the 1948, the Nakba, the ethnic cleansing and the establishment of the Israel. In 1967 is the war, the Six-Day War against all the Arab army. In 1987-2000 is called Al-Intifada, the first Intifada, that is the uprising. And 2008 onward, multiple war on Gaza. Yes, that is a background on that. Yes, very important to understand. Yes, this presentation is so important. It shows how can you see in the of course the green is the how the invasion in 2000 and from 1946 till 2010. Look at the Israel is in white and the Palestine it was in green. From 2046, look at this is Palestine. Then look at how this white color is invading the. Now look at what left from Palestine till 2067 and 1967. Look at 2010. And can you imagine? It's like a cancer is the land grip. The cancer is spreading in the body of Palestine. Yes, the land grip. Yes. Before the 1947 UN resolution, 6% Zionist ownership of Palestine land. After the 1947 UN resolution, 50%. Before, after UN resolution, the Zionist is ownership of Palestine 55%. 55%. Well, subhanallah, yani. Look at, yes. What is the land grip? Go to this land grip, how they stole the land. Yes. How they stole the land. Yes. The day in the life of Ahmed from Palestine. Meet Ahmed al-Najjar, aged 12 years. He lives in a refugee camp in Jenin, West Bank, with his four sibling parent in city, grandmother. Yes, look at the suffering. Allah, Allahu Akbar. Sharing with city, Ahmed shares bedroom with his aunt for grandmother, and their flat, although only has two bedrooms. As usual, Ahmed stirs slightly in his sleep. In years he performed her tahajjud, the night prayer. Ahmed catch her praying against occupier and the oppressor. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi. Yes, the Nakba. Nakba is a 1940. What year was the Nakba? The Zionist gangs uprooted 60% of the Palestinian people. Palestinian people, 800,000 out of 1.4 million. 530 out of 580,000 Palestinian villages destroyed. 34 massacres, killing 15,000 Palestinians. By the time the ceasefire was announced, Israel had occupied 78 of Palestine. 78 of Palestine. What was promised in December in 1948? The UN passed a resolution in 194. Refugees wishing to return to their homes should be permitted to do so at earliest, and compensate should be done. Yes. What actually happened? The law of return, 1950. The resolution was totally ignored by the Israelis until today. And instead, they granted automatic right of citizenship of Israel to all the Jews in the world. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Yes, learn about the history of Palestine. Learn about history of Palestine. Let's go for a short break and we'll be back shortly.
In just 160 days, 70,000 tons of explosives were dropped. 2,761 massacres were committed. 31,341 were killed. And still, 7,800 people under the rubble. In just 160 days, 13,097 children were killed. 73,134 people were injured. 2 million people forced to displace. In just 160 days, 223 mosques were bombed. 3 churches were bombed. 32 hospitals were bombed. 200 archaeological places were bombed. In just 160 days, 100 schools and universities were bombed. 133 journalists were killed, 350,000 chronic patients, 364 medical personnel were killed. And the Palestinians have not given up and will not give up, and the occupation never becomes the owner of the land, because a thief never becomes an owner.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum again. We did what is the Nakba, and we mentioned what year was the Nakba and what was promised and what actually opened and what happened. This is the Nakba. La ilaha illallah. It's just like today what's happening, yeah. In 1948, yes, Deir Yassin massacre. Allahu Akbar. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. In April 1948, Friday, 9th of April, at 4:30, Zionists surrounded Deir Yassin and they butchered men and women and the children along with the rapid women, raping women. News spread to all other villages and was all exaggerated to frighten the Palestinians and to trick worked of thousands of Palestinians began to flee their lives never to return. Deir Yassin is now an Israeli village. Cemetery and the mosque was destroyed. 25 pregnant women was belly were cut open and born children murdered. Means it's not something new. 5% innocent children were slaughtered in front of their mothers with their head chopped off. Allahu Akbar. Means what is happening now is not something new. Is not something new. Yes. What is happening now, it is not something new. Yes. Living for work. Ahmed then heard his brother Isam getting ready to leave for the work to make it time at 7:30 and started his brother must leave now and he has checkpoint to cross. His brother is lucky. More than 30% of Palestinians in West Bank are unemployed. This is another jail. This is another jail. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Yes, the checkpoint away his brother. There are 593 checkpoints within West Bank. Ya salam. This is a jail. This is a jail. This is a jail. This is a jail. 593 checkpoints within West Bank. A checkpoint overcoming physical inspection, injuries, harassment. 70,000 Palestinians with Israel work permit make the delay committed due to the high unemployment rate within the West Bank. Purpose, control and limit the free movement of Palestine. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi. Yani it is a jail from a long time. Ya Rabbi. Yes, yes. 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 Between 4 a.m. and 6 every day, the checkpoint begins to fill up. Thousands of people squeeze into cage like a lanes. Many arrive at 3 a.m. or earlier to secure their place in line. More than an hour prior to the opinion of checkpoint restricted by the time limit and their Israel permit, they must make their journey back home after the day ends. Some, however, decide to take the risk of sleeping at the workplace due to the conditions in the checkpoint. In turn, they only see their families on the weekend. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Look at these pictures. Look at how they treat it. Look at La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Yes. Ready for school. Ahmed is now awake, getting ready to school. It is harvesting season. Ahmed has a Baba to leave to go for work, and the olives farm owned by the family over 400 years. He is now lucky one. Last year, Israeli settlers burned down Baba's best friend Olive's tree farm. The illegal wall has divided Baba's house and his farm and ensured of whether the Israeli authority will open the gates. Ya Rabbi. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Just feel the massacres. Ya Rabbi. Allahumma ghfir lana. Allahumma inna alayk. Let's take a break and be back shortly.
ربنا معانا، ربنا حامينا، ما دام ربنا معانا ايش بيصير؟
لا مواد تموينية متوفر، ولا طحين ولا دقيق ولا بنزين ولا غاز، كيف قادرين يدبروا حياة؟
إلا رب، الله موجود، هو الرزاق.
الله أكبر، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
دايما لابسين ملابس الصلاة وجاهزين، متوقعين انه ننقصف بأي لحظة، نجتمع كلنا بغرفة واحدة عشان لو متنا نموت مع بعض. بنقضي وقتنا واحنا نقرأ قرآن وندعي رب العالمين انه يفرجها علينا. احنا النصر بالنسبة لنا مش احتمال، لانه ربنا واعدنا بهذا الاشي، ويمكن هذا اللي بخلينا اقوياء، مش خايفين من الموت، لانه الموت عنا يعني استشهاد، والشهيد بالجنة بإذن الله.
إني أنا بفتخر إنه أهلي شهداء، حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل.
اعتماد على الله هو أولا وأخيرا، وبعد هيك زي ما قلنا الجهد اللي بيسويه الإنسان.
الله ما شاء فعل، الحمد لله على كل حال، وإن شاء الله ربنا يعيني إني أكون أخت وأم وأب وست لأخواتي وأفرح فيهم أنا إن شاء الله تعالى.
حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل، أكثروا من حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل، والله الفرج قريب بإذن الله تعالى.
اليوم نصلي في مسجد المصطفى رغم أنف كافرين.
والله هذا كله بيزيدنا إلا إيمان وتقوى وعزيمة.
אחד אומר לי באנגלית, אל תדאגי, אני מוסלמי, אנחנו לא נפגע בכם.
نصيبنا من الدنيا
الحمد لله، المهم انتوا والعيلة بخير.
والله فضل وألف نعمة. الحمد لله،
الحمد لله، قولي بعد صدق الحمد لله.
الحمد لله يا جماعة إنه الله سقانا من ماء المطر.
الحمد لله طلعنا في عجوبة، طلعنا الحمد لله في عجوبة، والله طلعنا يا خالتي والله بعجوبة. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله. قولي يا أم الحمد لله يا أم، قولي لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله، الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا، يا رب لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك يا الله.
يا رب تكون راضي يا رب. أنا الحمد لله يا رب.
أقول إنني تعلمت هذا الصبر وهذا الثبات وهذه المحبة من إسلامنا العظيم ومن أخلاق الأنبياء لكل سبيل.
Yes, inshallah. we'll go back again to we conclude with the dua. Really, as you said, the heart is in pain, the eye is full of tears, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to ease their difficulties. Ya Rabbi, in this Jumu'ah, we conclude with this dua, inshallah. اللهم منزل الكتاب مجري السحاب هازم الأحزاب أهزمهم وانصرهم عليهم. اللهم إنا نستودعك غزة وأهلها سماءها وأرضها ورجالها ونساء أطفالها وشبابها وكل شبر في فلسطين. نستودعك يا الله أهلنا وحبابنا في فلسطين، تلك الديار المقدسة التي باركت فيها، حول أن تحفظها من كل سوء. اللهم في هذه الساعة أنزل نصرك ورحمتك على أهلنا في فلسطين يا رب. اللهم عد المسجد الأقصى لرحاب المسلمين، قوتك وعزتك وانصرك يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارزقنا فيه صلاة قبل الممات. اللهم إنا نسألك باسمك الأعظم الذي إذا دعيت به أجبت أن ترزق أهل فلسطين يا رب العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. السلام عليكم